Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here and talk about techniques and whether we truly need them to manifest exactly what we want. My answer, because I've come out of the law of attraction and all those crazy techniques, is no. I have managed to manifest everything in my life before I came into the knowing of manifesting, and even currently in this journey, I have found that having a strong belief that you are going to have what you want, you are going to get what you want, having a strong belief that you deserve what you want gets the manifestation. The manifestation happens. And I was thinking, when you think about a person that maybe doesn't know anything about manifesting, doesn't care to know anything about manifesting, but things always seem to work out for them. I know when I was married, my ex-husband had a friend that he said always seemed like to fall in crap and would come up smelling like roses. That person had a strong belief in themselves, a very, very strong belief in themselves. And when they were faced with adversities or circumstances in their life, they didn't let that stop them. So for us, being deliberate, conscious manifestors, we need to be unstoppable. And once you believe that in yourself, you will have everything that you've ever wanted. And that's the journey that I am coming into, and the feeling that I'm coming into, the thought process that I'm coming into, because I don't know if you've watched any of my episodes, previous episodes on this channel. I talk about how I manifested certain things in my life. And I also have a Spotify account where I talk about, for the last year and a half, I've talked about the different things that I've manifested, including my SP, my guy in my life, and the things I've been going through, and how I manifested a third party. I think I talked about that in one of my previous episodes, and how it brought me down. But I don't stay in that state, because I know that I'm going to get exactly what I want. I know that I'm the better person. And he's in my life right now. He's at the house right now. Actually, he's gone to run some errands. But I'm not going to let this so-called third party get in my way, because when I think back to 10 years ago, I thought his parents were a third party. This is way before I got into the journey of deliberately being conscious about what I wanted in my life. When I first met Sean, he had a drug history, and his parents had done everything that they could to get him better and to get him on that right path, just as a whole lot of parents have done for their children in situations like that. And I met him through the clinic. And I always thought, for a long time, I thought that the parents thought that I was enabling him, that I was part of that. And it took me a long time to prove to them that I wasn't. And it wasn't until I finally just let go of this so-called guilt that I felt like I had, like I really was enabling him, and said, no, I'm not that person. I'm sorry that they think that about me. And in all actuality, they didn't think that about me. That was my assumption of them. And I now have a great relationship with his parents, his mother in particular. Was it last week or a week before, when I went to go pick him up? She actually came up to me and hugged me and kissed me. She was so happy to see me show up, because he's still going through crap and putting them through crap. And I'm trying my hardest to get him to change his mindset. He doesn't believe in manifesting, but I'm trying in little ways to get him to change his mindset, his self-concept. He calls himself a loser. He talks about being broke all the time. He talks about the past issues we've had together in our relationship. And I'm trying to redirect him to not to think bad about those things, to kind of let it go. They are what they are. Unfortunately, we can't go back and change every little thing, but to not dwell in that state that, yes, I'm a good person, I'm the best person for him, but I'm human too. I made mistakes. I didn't handle certain things the way that he felt like I should have. So he's held on to this anger. And so that's what I'm trying to turn around for him. I'm trying, as far as me, I'm trying to see him differently so that I don't react to anything that I see. And hopefully he will conform to being that great person that I know he is. Last night, before we went to bed, I said to him, I said, "You're going to marry me. This year is 10 years. You're going to marry me. It's the magic number." And he grinned and he smiled, and he said, "I actually was thinking about a venue." Really? So I said, I want to hear about it. I want to hear about that venue. I want to hear what your thoughts are because I want your input. And I do, I truly do. I want his input in the whole planning of our wedding, the whole planning of our life, everything. And, and I'm trying my hardest not to think about these circumstances that he's found himself in that I see that I don't like, right? He told me again that this other person, he's not in a relationship with her. So, because the other night, and I had left a video, my last video talked about right after my reaction to the things that I found on his phone. He ended up smashing the phone. So he did not want me to read anymore. He didn't want me to know anymore because he was not proud of that. So my mindset of how I feel about him and how he is going to change and how I want to see him, it's working. It's working on him. Anytime he goes to smash the phone so he doesn't have the phone, that's a start. And this other person is going to poof, go away because I'm the better person. I'm the better one. I'm already his wife. I already have a great relationship with his family. And he just needs to continue to believe more in himself with my help, of course. He's already taking Kratom, which we've heard that it helps with opiate addiction. So he's faithfully, without me even asking, he's taking 2 a day, 3 a day, 4 a day. So my thoughts, my feelings towards him is already working on him. And I wanted to come on here to talk about what I'm going through with you on this episode because you don't need technique. You don't need a technique. You don't need to pray in water. You just need to truly, truly believe that you are the creator of your reality, of your life, and that anything that you're going through, anything that you don't like, you can turn around. Why? Because you created the thing you didn't like anyway. And that's what I'm learning. I remember that was a really hard pill to swallow when I started studying the law of assumption and really assuming who I am. I've been with Sean for 10 years. May this year will be 10 whole years. And I love that man far more than I've ever loved any man in my life. And I know that he's going to conform because he's tired. He's tired of his lifestyle, running around and the different people that he circles with. In fact, he was talking about his buddy Blake, who he was complaining that, the guy stole from him, stole gas out of his truck, and ended up ruining his fuel pump at the end of it all. But, and I said, I said to him this morning, I said, you might want to change hanging out with him. You might not want to hang out with him anymore, And I wanted to go into a drawn-on conversation about it, but I didn't have to, because he said, no, I'm not hanging out with him anymore. In fact, when I see him, I'm going to kill him. Of course, he didn't mean that, but which was a figure of speech. He's not going to kill him. But he knows that he's not a good person. In fact, furthermore into that conversation of what he was saying was he's known about Blake all this time. He's known that he couldn't trust him. He said that this morning. So I didn't even have to have that conversation with him about Blake or any circle of friends. So I just wanted to tell you, you don't need a technique. You just need a strong belief. And we've all had that strong belief about something. Some people are really good with relationships. Some people are really good with their money and their finances, and they know that all their bills are gonna get paid, even when they splurge or whatever. And I happen to be one of those people that I'm really good with my finances, but my relationships, just kind of a sucker, And I decided with learning the law of assumption that I'm going to put myself on a pedestal. I'm going to keep believing in myself and believing that I am the better woman. Yes, I caused a third party. Yes, I caused a terrible rift in my relationship, but I can undo it, and so can you. And you don't necessarily need all of these techniques. The techniques are there to help you, to get you in that state. You know how to get into that state, and that state is of knowing that you're going to get what you want. You're going to get what you deserve, whatever that is, be it the job, finances, that relationship. You can turn it around. Every relationship started with our crappy thoughts about ourselves, our insecurities. When I think about my relationship with Sean and going through all of that stuff with him this past year, it was all because of me. I became insecure. I stopped being that strong person that I was in the very beginning. I got a little relaxed and got my feelings got ahead of me. And so I'm trying to take control of that, and I can do it. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we had a fallout, 2 days ago, because certainly when we woke up the next morning after me confronting him about the text messages that I found on his phone, he told me, he says, I'm not in a relationship with that woman. So I'm going to take that and leave that where it is. And I know that poof, she's going to disappear. Some of the messages that I saw, one was where she was telling him that after talking to her son, that she's convinced that he's going to come back to me. He's going to always run back to me. He didn't answer her back about that because it's true. It's true. He's always going to run back to me. He's always going to be there. I'm always going to be there while all the other ones fall to his wayside. And that's how I feel. So I just wanted to come on here for a few minutes and give you guys this pep talk that you can do it. And you don't necessarily need techniques. Again, techniques are to just help you get into that knowing. And that's how I feel about it. Get into that knowing of who you are, that you're the creator of your reality, and you can turn around anything. Be that person that falls down in crap and comes up smelling like roses. You can do it. You can do it. No matter who you are, where you are, and wherever your relationship is, what state it's in right now, you can do it. Money too. So I just wanted to come on here and tell you that. Thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe because it helps the algorithm of getting this information out there. Helps me too, because really, I just want to get on here and talk about me and what I'm going through, and maybe what I'm going through can help you too. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you.